Hello, this is Fashionably Amy. Today I wanted to share with you my version of a gluten-free, no sugar added banana bread recipe. I use oat flour instead of regular flour, ripe bananas as a regular sweetener, and loads of walnuts. I love a slice of this banana bread with my English breakfast tea in the morning. If you want to know how this is made, then please keep watching.
This is the recipe that we will be making today. I found this recipe online,
but I've adapted it to my liking.
So it really is just a guideline on how to make a gluten-free, no sugar added banana bread. Of course, you can adapt it to your liking as well and substitute whatever ingredients that you may have. So let's begin. The first thing you want to do is make sure your oven is empty and preheat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You will also need one bigger bowl to mix all your ingredients, at least one more smaller bowls for your initial wet ingredients, and your baking pan. Next you will need 3 cups of oat flour. What I'm going to do is use regular steel cut oats, and I'm going to blend it on a high-speed blender. Don't forget the lid and then blend away. Next you want to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder. I like to add a little bit more. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And 1 teaspoon of sea salt. I like my banana bread to be extra nutty and to have a great bite and crunchy. So I'm gonna put 2 cups of chopped walnuts in it, and what I'm gonna do is just put it in the blender and pulse it a little bit. You'll see that there are some pieces that are chopped finely and some are more chunky, which is fine. You don't want it to be all powdery, but you don't need all of them to be this chunky neither. This is how I like it. You will need 6 ripe bananas to make this recipe, which makes 2 loaves, but I have 5 larger bananas and 3 smaller bananas, so I'm just gonna use all of it. You'll notice that I'm using my blender to mash it. You can do it by hand easily, but I just like to use my blender since it's already dirty, and I'm just gonna pulse it into a pasty consistency, but with some chunks remaining still. This is the consistency that you'll get if you like a chunkier banana bread. Next you'll need 2/3 cups of coconut oil. If it's too solid, then you can just melt it a little bit. Here's the coconut oil folded into the mashed banana. In the past, I have had used as little as 1 tablespoon of coconut oil simply because I ran out of coconut oil. But it was fine, it just tasted a little drier, but it was still a really good banana bread. Next you'll need 2 eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You can add about half a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar or any types of acids that will help with the rising when it's mixed with the baking soda. Now that all of the wet ingredients are in your bowl, you can start using your muscles and mix. In the spirit of filming, I folded in the coconut oil too early and it solidified because my bananas were cold. So do not forget to put your coconut oil, but only at the very end. You also want to mix together all your dry ingredients before folding in the wet ingredients. Not separate. You can start folding in the wet ingredient into the dry ingredients. Make sure you fold in the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients a little by little, so that it will be easier to mix it all well together. I'm just using my hands to mix it together because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm too lazy to wash any more tools. All I want to wash is a couple bowls, the blender, these spoons, and the baking pans. And it's fine, it works well. When you're almost done mixing it together, you can start folding in the nuts. You can also add any other nuts that you like. I'm using walnuts here, but if you want it, you can add chocolate chips, almonds, raisins, really anything that you like. This is the consistency that it came out to, and I'm pretty happy with this. I have a little bit of coconut oil here in the pan, and I'll just use my fingers to spread it around. This is how it looks like after you fold in the batter, and now we're just gonna put it in the oven and wait. I'm gonna set my timer to 50 minutes. Washing the dishes is my least favorite part of making banana bread, or making anything for that matter. But at least the banana bread will smell really good while you're washing the dishes. Happy times. And this is the right out the oven banana bread. It's smelling heavenly. A few minutes after you take it out of the oven, it should be cool enough to take it out of the pan so that you can cool it further on a rack.
You can do the knife test by inserting a knife into the banana bread. If it comes out clean, then it is baked through. You may also want to wait for them to be completely cool before cutting into slices, but I'm pretty sure it will be hard to resist, since your whole kitchen will be smelling like it. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.